plays by simulating. So let's get this started. What I'm gonna do is
the 2K Sports. Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Detroit Pistons as they go up house, United Center. Looking at the Bulls, this is a team they knocked out in the first round in last year's playoffs, so they better be ready. Some extra motivation on this one. Almost ready for tip-off, but first a moment to talk about something that often gets overlooked, defense. Kenny, who are the most impressive defenders in the NBA right now?
Well, defense doesn't get overlooked by championship teams, and I'm going to name some guys who either played on championship team or contenders. Kawhi Leonard, defender, on the wing. Andre Iguodala, MVP of the NBA Finals, but defense was one of the reasons.
Welcome, folks. Thanks for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. Kevin Harlan here, along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. The history between these two teams goes back more than a few years, and tonight the rivalry is renewed as the Detroit Pistons come to Chicago to take on the Bulls. Coming off that win in Portland, taking care of the Blazers.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have.
We got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. All queued up and ready to go.
bullshit.
And Detroit, looking at who they've got. Corey Joseph is out there at Brewer. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then it's Johnson. And it's Gibbons in at the 4 shot.
Oh yeah, you don't have to foul out or none of that by using this.
On the wing, Johnson, defended by Butler. Kicks it to Brewer. Just 5 to shoot. From about 19 feet. Shot by Joseph. No good. Detroit on D and going against Chicago, their first meeting of the season.
And they're facing the team that dismissed them from the postseason last year. So certainly a little payback in mind.
Greg, we know that's in the past. You can't change that for sure. Nevertheless, a win would be sweet. Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. Terrible turnover.
And here's James outside. James with another miss. The Pistons on offense. And Brewer kicks to Joseph. Passes it to Gibbons. And he dumps it down.
Pretty fast, timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Rose passes to James. Pass to Nurkic. The baseline jam. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
I don't know. Maybe they're still working out the kinks on D because that clearly was a breakdown.
That's tipped. They double him with James. Chance there to
Come
take
with
the
it.
lead. Missing. Johnson attacking. And Butler sends it back. Cut the bucket.
Look at that shit.
First quarter of ball.
All that defense didn't face him nothing.
Rose dishes to James. From 11 feet away. And it's sent back by Drummond.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 fall.
And Joseph kicks to Drummond. This is to Brewer. Fires for 3. Chicago grabs the miss. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game play.
And I don't care how much you grind it out defensively. When you shoot it that poorly, you're going to struggle to win games.
Well, it's not only going to be a struggle, it's going to be virtually impossible if you shoot as poorly as they did.
And both free throws good for Nurkic. The Pistons have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Joseph with the ball. And there's the pass to Gibbons. He kicks it to Brewer. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No good with the triple. Bulls have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Shoots from the elbow. And it's Rose missing.
High quality shot. Just a little off there with the release.
And Greg, that has him S-H-H-E, shaking his head. Tough miss that time.
Now here's Brewer following the miss by Derrick Rose.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Well, their pass to James. Now here's Joseph. He's covered by Rose. And Brewer kicks to Johnson. And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Pistons shooting their first free throw of the night here. And so he hits the technical free throw. And a different look here for the Pistons. So it's Detroit now. Pocket 6. Here's Shays. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps.
But yeah, next video, you want me to show you what shots I recommend you to use for 2K.
To the right side.
I'll help you out with that.
And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. In the corner, it's Clarkson. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. With this stoppage in play, we have a chance now to show you which teams led the league in three-point percentage last year. Number 1, the Bulls.
You know, they went through stretches when they just didn't miss from beyond the arc. I mean, that carried them right to the top 3.
Let me take that.
Pistons leading by 6. And Detroit looking at who they've got. Johnson against Butler. They get a hand on it.
Look at that. They be tripping and try to get the stick.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
Hammering down with
But
a
yeah.
two-handed slam.
Just piling on the
I ain't got no points. I ain't even pay attention. I don't need points anymore. I'm just doing a tutorial what to do to get your off days and get paid in the game.
Doris, well, guys, coming off a performance like that has got to have him supremely confident right now.
No doubt. I guarantee he comes into today's game feeling there isn't anything he can't do on the floor right now.
Tell you what, Greg, I think you might be right based on that last game. I'm inclined to agree with you.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Here's Roger, and foul called as he misses it. Brooklyn shoot 2. It goes from 37.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
Corey Joseph's checked in for the Pistons.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
They double hit with James. And the foul called on 3.
Set microphone there.
Pistons leading by 10. Pulls up on the wing. That one off the back iron and out.
Tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
The try by James.
Go on, get down there.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
A lot of time they've been spending at the foul line so far, guys. They'll take those points all game long if they can get them.
And also knocking down the mid-range because they're making them.
Mobile. He's covered by Zeller. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to
Oh,
shift.
come with it.
Yeah, things are starting to look up. I mean, they're making amends for that.
That behind the back was so
finding
sexy.
a rhythm right now.
To the wing right side. Pass to Ballard. They double him with James.
Alright, I'm done fouling.
And he can't get the first one. Jimmy Butler.
Girl, here's coming up. So what you do is
We'll see if that changes here in the third.
let the game play for a little bit. Pass the ball to yourself. Do a little something. Pass it back.
That's the 5 out there for the Bulls.
Shoot it.
And here's James outside. And that is good. James has got the first basket of the third quarter for Chicago.
Kevin, he
Then
didn't hesitate that.
pause it. Go over. You're gonna say ask and send to the end with the coin. As you're gonna get VC. So you're gonna hit that. Yes. Then the game's over. That's it, YouTube. Well, folks, like and subscribe. Peace.